Wall Street is famous for its noise, the shouting, the egos, the adrenaline. But the greatest wealth machine in modern financial history wasn't built on a trading floor. It was built in silence by scientists, by mathematicians, by computer programmers who didn't even like finance. This is D.E. Shaw & Co., the quiet giant of quantitative finance, a firm so secretive it makes the CIA look talkative. In 2024, a year of record market volatility that crushed many traditional funds, D.E. Shaw did something impossible. They generated $11.1 billion in net gains for their investors. Their flagship composite fund returned 18%. Their macro-focused Oculus Fund surged a staggering 36.1%. And they didn't stop there. In 2025, Oculus soared another 28.2% and Composite gained 18.5%. They did it with such precision that they actually paused cash returns, giving billions back to clients because they simply had too much money. With $67.2 billion in lifetime investor gains, they are the second most profitable hedge fund in history. But how did a former computer science professor build an empire that outsmarts the market year after year? How did he create a system that thrives on chaos? And what can everyday trader learn from the algorithms that rule Wall Street? This is the story of David Shaw, the birth of algorithmic trading and the $65 billion machine that changed finance forever. To understand D.E. Shaw, you have to understand the man who built it. David Elliott Shaw wasn't a typical Wall Street shark. He was an academic. With a PhD in computer science from Stanford, Shaw spent the early 1980s teaching at Columbia University. His obsession wasn't money. It was massively parallel supercomputer machines that could process millions of calculations simultaneously. But in 1986, Wall Street came calling. Morgan Stanley recruited Shaw to join a highly secretive, automated proprietary trading group. They had discovered that by using complex mathematical models, they could identify tiny, invisible mispricings in the stock market. Get free access to our online trading course in the description and in the pinned comments. If you want to learn more about ETFs, more about the foreign exchange market, and more about basic financial literacy, then this is a must for you. Be sure to download it. While traditional traders were reading earnings reports and listening to rumors, Shaw's computers were doing something else. They were executing statistical arbitrage. They weren't betting on whether a company was good or bad. They were betting on the mathematical relationship between thousands of different stocks. If the math said two stocks were temporarily out of sync, the computer would buy one and sell the other, capturing a tiny fraction of a penny. Do that once, you make a fraction of a cent. Do it millions of times a day automatically without human emotion, and you make billions. And by 1988, Shaw realized he didn't need Morgan Stanley. He could build his own machine, and with $28 million seed investment, he launched D.E. Shaw & Co. The firm didn't start in a glass tower on Wall Street. It started in a small loft above a Marxist bookstore in Union Square. And Shaw didn't hire finance bros. He hired PhDs. He hired physicists, chess champions, and literature majors. He wanted people who understood systems, logic, and code. In fact, one of his early hires was a brilliant young computer scientist who was tasked with researching the commercial potential of a new thing called the World Wide Web. That employee eventually left D.E. Shaw to start his own company. His name was Jeff Bezos. And the company he started was Amazon. But D.E. Shaw wasn't just trading stocks. They were building the internet itself. And in 1996, David Shaw founded Juno Online Services, offering free email to millions of Americans in exchange for viewing ads. It was a revolutionary concept that paved the way for the modern internet economy. By the mid-1990s, D.E. Shaw's algorithm were executing up to 5% of the entire daily trading volume of the New York Stock Exchange. They were printing money, generating average annual returns of 18% with low volatility. And in 1994 alone, they returned a staggering 26%. But the real test of their machine was yet to come. Every trading system works until the market breaks. In 1998, the global financial system went into shock. Russia defaulted on its debt. The Asian financial crisis sent shockwaves across the globe. D.E. Shaw had recently partnered with Bank of America, taking on massive leverage to amplify their trades. But when the market seized up, the mathematical models failed to predict the sheer panic of human traders. The firm's fixed income arbitrage positions took devastating losses. D.E. Shaw lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Their capital plummeted from $1.7 billion to just $460 million. They were forced to lay off 2/3 of their staff. Many thought the firm was finished. The algorithms had failed. But David Shaw didn't quit. He rebuilt. The firm learned a brutal lesson about risk management and the limits of pure leverage. They realized that algorithms alone weren't enough. They needed a hybrid approach. They needed to combine the raw processing power of machines with the discretionary judgment of human experts. In 2001, David Shaw stepped back from day-to-day operations. He returned to his true passion, computational biochemistry. He built a revolutionary supercomputer named Anton, designed specifically to simulate protein folding and accelerate drug discovery for diseases like Alzheimer's. He left the trading firm in the hands of an executive committee, a team of brilliant minds who would take D.E. Shaw into a golden era. They launched the Composite Fund in 2001, a multi-strategy vehicle designed to perform in any environment. And in 2004, they launched the Oculus Fund, focusing on global macro trends. The results were staggering. The Composite Fund would go on to deliver double-digit returns in 18 of its first 23 years, averaging 12.7% annualized. And the Oculus Fund, it has never had a single losing year since its inception. Get free access to our online trading course in the description and in the pinned comments. If you want to learn more about ETFs, more about the foreign exchange market, and more about basic financial literacy, then this is a must for you. Be sure to download it. In March 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic froze the global economy and markets crashed, traditional funds were decimated. But D.E. Shaw's quantitative models were ready. They captured the massive spikes in volatility. While the world panicked, their flagship composite fund delivered a 19.4% net return for the year. But that was just a warm-up. In 2022, inflation roared back. Central banks hiked interest rates at a punishing pace. The S&P fell nearly 18%, its worst year since 2008. Tech stocks were absolutely crushed. Bonds were crushed. There was nowhere to hide unless you were D.E. Shaw. By deploying brilliant short positions and systematically exploiting the volatility in rates and currencies, D.E. Shaw had one of the best years ever. The composite fund soared 24.7% and Oculus gained over 20%. They proved that in a bear market, the quants reign supreme. But the true crown jewel of their track record came in 2024 and 2025. In August 2024, the VIX, the market's fear gauge, spiked to historic levels as the Japanese yen carry trade unwound. Traditional funds panicked, but for D.E. Shaw, volatility isn't a threat, it's fuel. This is where the genius of the Oculus Fund shines. Oculus uses a macro-orientated multi-strategy model. It doesn't just buy stocks, it trades the entire global economy: equities, bonds, currencies, and commodities. When the AI stock boom hit, D.E. Shaw's systematic equity models captured the upside. When interest rates fluctuated wildly, their macro traders executed brilliant long-short bond positions. And when the currency markets convulsed, their algorithms captured the pricing inefficiencies in milliseconds. They use what industry insiders call a three-engine approach.
10% return last year.
Yeah, which for its peers is about, say, upper quartile, I would say, as far as what we know right now.
You sound like a true quant by citing quartiles there. Is that good?
I tried.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good return.
What was the winning bet there, or the winning formula there?
Oh, well, he is a macro-oriented fund and also emerging markets. So I am told that he made money in Latin American bonds, as well as some equities and some US credit as well.
Engine 1, systematic models that harvest volatility and capture momentum. Engine 2, discretionary human traders who anticipate central bank moves and manage tail risks. And finally, Engine 3, a hybrid synthesis where the machines find the opportunity and the humans determine the exact sizing and timing. The result? Absolute market dominance. The Oculus Fund surged 36.1% net of fees. The composite fund gained 18%. And together they generated $11.1 billion in pure profit for their investors, topping the prestigious LCH investment rankings as the #1 hedge fund of the year.
For D.E. Shaw, their composite fund, which has been close to new investors, is up more than 10%. That's beating the hedge fund average around 8%. But these days, investors are happy if they see a double-digit return.
And then they did something that proves why they are the best. Instead of hoarding the assets to collect more management fees, D.E. Shaw returned roughly half of their 2024 profits back to their investors. They capped their fund size. They chose performance sustainability over asset gathering. They know that in the world of quantitative finance, if you get too big, you lose your edge. But the story of D.E. Shaw doesn't end with algorithms ruling the world. In late 2025, the firm that pioneered computer-driven trading made a shocking announcement. They launched a new fund, the Kogan's Fund. And for the first time in the firm's history, they ditched the algorithms. The Kogan's Fund is a multi-strategy vehicle run entirely by human discretionary traders, not systematic components, no code calling the shots. By combining their legendary quant infrastructure with pure human intuition, D.E. Shaw is positioning itself for the next 50 years of finance. David Shaw built a $65 billion empire, not by shouting the loudest, but by thinking the deepest. So what can everyday traders learn from the D.E. Shaw playbook? First, volatility is an opportunity, not a threat. When the VIX spikes and the markets panic, correlations break down. This is exactly when the best traders find their edge, whether it's 2008, 2020, or 2024. Chaos is where the alpha lives. Secondly, embracing the hybrid approach. You don't need a supercomputer, but you do need a system. Combine strict rule-based risk management with your own human intuition. Let the rules protect your capital and let your intuition find the narrative. Third, discipline over ego. D.E. Shaw returned billions to clients because they knew their capacity limits. They prioritized winning over being the biggest. As a trader, know your limits. Don't force trades when your system says no. The market will always be noisy. It will always be chaotic. But the story of D.E. Shaw proves that the ultimate edge doesn't belong to the loudest voice in the room. It belongs to the one who can find the signal in the noise. If you've enjoyed this video and love our trading documentaries, then please do hit that thumbs up, subscribe button, and get in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Get free access to our online trading course in the description and in the pinned comments. If you want to learn more about ETFs, more about the foreign exchange market, and more about basic financial literacy, then this is a must for you. Be sure to download